You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
Now, a word from our sponsor, the Johns Hopkins University Information Security Institute, currently seeking qualified applicants for its innovative Master of Science in Security Informatics degree program. Study alongside world-class interdisciplinary experts and gain unparalleled educational, research, and professional experience in information security and assurance. Interested U.S. citizens should consider the National Science Foundation's CyberCore Scholarship for Service program, which covers tuition and a $6,000 annual professional development allowance, as well as providing a $37,000 additional annual stipend. Apply for the scholarship and the fall semester by March 1st. Learn more at cs.jhu.edu/MSSI.
Hello, my name is Slavik Markovich, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Descope. I was heavily into martial arts and martial art movies, and I wanted to be a martial arts instructor. It's kind of funny, but nothing related to technology at all, at least until I was like 10 or 12. So my parents got me my first Commodore, and I had neighbors going to the university that was in our city, and they taught me a bit of basic, and I got all the the manuals for that. And yeah, I started a bit programming with basics, then learning a bit about how computers are made. And that kind of decided it. So I guess from 10 years old, I kind of switched and said, okay, I want to be something with computers. That became a big part of my life. So in high school, I went to study electronics, and part of that was also a lot of computer classes, but also a lot of actual electronics and playing with resistors and capacitors and all of those. So it was pretty cool. I think the first kind of professional exposure to computers was in the Technion, which is a university in Israel, where I studied computer science. So that's kind of the I'd say formal education in computers. Before that, I was kind of playing around with stuff. And following that, I spent 6 years in the Israeli Defense Forces, also doing computer stuff, mostly managing a team for database administrators for large, backend architectures in the IDF. This is my third company. Prior to that, after leaving the army, I was part of a consulting firm. So I was a partner in a consulting firm and saw how databases were protected or lack of protections for databases. And so my first startup was actually trying to solve that. The startup was called Sentrigo, and it was database activity monitoring, which is very challenging from a technological perspective. It was very interesting for me to develop it, a lot of reversing of databases, a lot of low-level memory access. And then we sold that company to McAfee. Following that, this is where I met one of my co-founders, Rishi, who was on the buying side. And then we decided to leave McAfee, founded another company called Demisto, which was in security orchestration, automation, and response, and sold that in 2019 to Palo Alto Networks for roughly $600 million. And after a few years in Palo Alto Networks, I felt that, hey, I'm ready to start something new. And this is where we started Descope. We really try to get to a decision via consensus. We're very I'd say, open and completely non-hierarchical. So, a developer would shout at me and reject my pull request. And yeah, I have no problem with that. And so on the one hand, we're like very flat organization. Everybody has a say and we're really equal partners. On the other hand, I think we really stress the importance of responsibility. So if you kind of take something, you make sure to finish it and on time. If you promise to do something, you do that. And so that's really important for us. We really try to just have fun here in Descope. I guess to me, I have my own kind of rituals that let me unwind and relax. I like to run, workouts, things of that nature. But just to be clear, we are a lot of us are Israelis here in the company, and we really like to shout at one another, but that's fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world, and eventually we get to a consensus. Be curious, be out there, talk with people. Probably half of it is just getting out there and being there. The other part is make sure to do what you love, which will help you quite a lot, because if you like what you're doing, you'll get better and eventually really good at it. So that's my advice. I really liked security from when I was a kid. Did a lot of reversing, did hacking, things of that nature, and ended up doing that for my career. So I cannot be happier.
This episode is brought to you by Palo Alto Networks, the leader in cybersecurity. As AI-driven attacks increase, organizations can't afford to have network security that's stuck in the past. Discover how Palo Alto Networks can help you predict what's coming and proactively secure against it with a zero-trust, AI-powered network security platform built to secure whatever, whenever, wherever. To learn more, visit paloaltonetworks.com/network security platform.